Hello everybody and welcome to the next episode of A Certified Podcast. Because he can't stay away for more than one episode, we have Ty back on the podcast.
Well gone, people.
What is up, y'all?
What it do?
So today we're going to be talking about anime films.
Yo, before that, if this was a yaoi, Ty would be my husbando.
I don't know what that means, but
yeah, I don't know what that means either.
So that's
Like,
Edson
just
coming out.
Imagine anime waifu.
And you're just imagining Ty as your anime waifu.
Yeah.
Love it.
So anime films, obviously.
Y'all dry as hell today, bro.
Anime films. Let's talk about anime films.
So, first of all, the big one, the big company that everyone probably has heard of, the one that we've got the logo for, Studio Ghibli. What do you? I personally, I've never seen any of their films because
I enjoyed Spirited Away. It's got a very weird vibe. My Neighbor Totoro, pretty fun. Can't remember what happens in any of them. Actually, I can remember Spirited Away faintly, but My Neighbor Totoro, all I remember is a big fucking tree.
A big tree. Doesn't even remember the mascot, which is.
I remember the mascot. I know what the characters look like. It's just I forgot
the
what
tree.
It's about. Like, what's the story?
Just
Real
the
talk,
tree.
though, anime films. I haven't watched anime films besides that My Hero films.
Bro, you're missing out. There's
yeah,
You
you're
know
missing
what
out
we
some
need?
great films.
Do you know what we need?
What do we need?
What?
A High School DxD film.
Oh, bright God, bro.
Or a Boku no Pico film, a live-action film.
Last episode, this man was like interrupting us. Like, do you know what we need, guys? Do you know what we need? A High School DxD game.
And
No,
now,
we do. We need a Boku no Pico arcade game.
No,
No,
stop.
no.
What did I tell you last? What did I tell you last episode?
We also need a Boku no
The
Pico
first.
live-action movie.
bro,
No,
Wow.
bro, no. Listen. That's just straight up not good.
This guy's
in terms of anime films, some of my personal favourites are Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms. That is a very good film. Mary and the Witch's Flower. That is also a very good film with also flowers in the title. And Weathering with You, I quite enjoyed that one. Akira is really good. That's a classic.
Because Afro Samurai, the movie count. That was.
Yeah, Afro Samurai
It's a movie,
Resurrection.
yeah.
I didn't like that, but yeah, that counts.
Spirited Away. I've seen that. You mentioned Akira.
You got Your Name.
Your A Silent Voice. That's a great film as well. I still need to watch Your Name. I had it rented, but I forgot.
It's
to
on
watch it.
Netflix.
Yeah, I know. Your
Silent
Name
Voice?
has just come on Netflix at the perfect timing.
Have you not seen The Hero?
What one?
The Hero, the new
The
anime
Hero.
on Netflix.
Oh,
No.
is that the?
So
is that
cool.
the-
Wait, is that got to do with the lizard guy?
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh
yeah,
my
yeah,
God.
I've
I put
seen
it
that.
on.
they've got Nike endorsements in there. Like all the characters are wearing Nike shoes.
That's
Wow.
cold, man. That's cold.
That
Yeah,
is
I
mad
think
cool.
I've added that to my list.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. I haven't.
It's amazing.
But yeah,
There's a lot of
We still
Naruto
need to- we probably have
there's a lot of my least favorite type of anime film or like film in general is like a TV show spin-off that
Bleach as well.
that undoes everything.
No, shut the fuck up, Ryan. Bleach, the live action, I think is one of the best.
I'm not talking about the live
movies that is
action.
there.
Not
I'm talking
we'll,
about the
we'll,
live
we'll
action.
move on to
I'm
we'll
talking about
go
the anime
on
one.
to live action ones later.
Oh,
Right now, like I'm talking about the spin like the Pokemon films, the Naruto films, the Dragon Ball films, the My Hero films, the ones where an anime gets really bloody popular, and then everyone says, right, we need films.
To be fair, the
Okay,
Seven
Ryan,
Deadly
shut the
Sins
fuck
film
up,
was
keep
good.
talking.
Like,
Oh, I haven't watched it yet, actually.
But unfortunately, the Seven Deadly Sins film was the downfall
A flop.
to the
Yeah, you told me
because
this.
they didn't market it right. So then the latest season it was animated by a different studio.
Aniplex? What the? No, it's not Aniplex.
No, Aniplex were the ones who animated before. They animated
Yeah.
the movie, and then like the first 2 seasons. The last season was animated by a small studio, which censored and everything, less frames per second. The
It's mad stupid.
there's
Bro.
literally like, you know, when you grab a Premiere Pro and you have like a still image and you make it go from one side of the screen to the other. That's literally the last season of Seven Deadly Sins. Just still images.
The fucking animation makes me remember like fucking Dragon Ball Super as well of when they started as well. Like they like hired shit ton of like amateur animators, and then there was like a scene that Vegeta was doing like his blast volley shit. But usually when he does it, there's like shit ton of impact and shit. Like they can even like add some motion, like some motion shake, so the screen can shake a little bit, so you can like that. It was mad weird. It was just like him going with his arms back and forth with no kind of motion, like in the other parts of the body. It was so weird. And I think it's the same people. Because I still got a fucking grudge on them.
Speaking of Dragon Ball Super, I saw the Broly film that came out recently in cinemas.
That was good.
That is the total contradiction of the whole series. I love it, honestly.
Was that good? Was that good?
I really enjoyed it.
It was amazing.
As the only, really I really enjoyed it. Like I have never like seen. I think I've seen like, a little bit of the original Dragon Ball, but Dragon Ball Broly was like the first like major experience I've had with Dragon Ball.
Mm.
And I enjoyed it.
It was a major retcon from the series. Like they fixed it. They fixed like the lore of the series a little bit. Because before Broly was like this non-canon villain that only wanted to kill Goku and always said Kakarot because Kakarot cried when he was little.
Like, but in the movie, give him like a whole different outlook.
Exactly. I kid you not.
He's more of a forced child fighting against his will.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And it was amazing, honestly. I still can't believe it. Like Broly was so like even Team 4-Star on YouTube did like the whole bridge series gearing towards that. It was like Broly's like this badass dude, like this muscle chiseled dude and shit like that. And he's carrying revenge. What's the reason for revenge? Because the homie cried when he was little. Like I'm done. Like who does that?
Yeah.
Jeez.
Yeah.
I was mad, like honestly, but the new plot that they took out from it, you know, it goes a lot with Frieza, and it goes a lot more with the Saiyan, like the wiping out of the Saiyan race and shit like that, and you know, I just loved it. Honestly.
See what? I think I really enjoyed the film. I thought it had some great action. I did think the action went on a little bit too long. Like once it starts, like halfway through, it doesn't stop. Like there's no break between like in films usually you get like a break between the second act and the third act where like you know everything gets a little bit more somber for a moment. You know the villains
I can agree with you
just
on
lost.
That, yeah.
The someone's just lost and they have to either pick up their pieces or it's like a false victory. That sort of thing doesn't happen in Broly. Yeah. So once the action starts like halfway through, once the midpoint starts, it doesn't bloody stop until the film ends, and it's just like
exactly. And the general public that is not like used to like Dragon Ball fights and stuff like that, it will find it a little bit more tight because you know it's always like action through because it was advertised. They advertised what they wanted to do. It was the whole showdown, you know, a Saiyan showdown between the three.
But even then, like,
and that was and they delivered. But it was like really like dragged out at some parts that they should have just like slowed down a little bit.
Yeah, they should. I think if there was just a moment, like just even like a setting change, because it's all in one place as well.
Yeah, exactly.
The closest thing is when they learned to fuse. I think it was what they did.
You wouldn't even notice it, right? Because they destroyed the whole place, and it's like just like from snow they went to lava, bro. Like what the fuck?
They changed location by literally changing the location.
Fighting, bro. That's literally how you describe shit like that. Like fights, like superhuman fights and shit like that. I was making the song like yesterday, the drum and bass song that Ryan was asking for me, and I decided to sample Fist of the North Star. And that was like he was fighting like this blue giant boy, right? And he punched him so hard the man changed colors. I'm not joking, bro.
That reminds me of Scott Pilgrim. Have any of you guys seen that?
Yeah.
I know that's not like strictly
Punches
anime,
so
but like
hard
very
that the
anime
edges came
inspired.
out.
Yeah. That is such a great film. That's actually, I know it's not like a strictly an anime film, but it's very anime inspired.
It is really anime inspired, yeah.
And that
Edgar Wright
is
did such a good
like
job.
the comic, the original graphic novels is like I've read them. They are very like manga inspired as well.
Manga inspired, yeah.
Like,
By being like a novel.
That is such a great film, and apparently it's getting re-released in cinemas when cinemas reopen. So that
Really?
yeah, because they were going to do it.
anime films.
They were going to do it.
Sorry, go on. Finish. Sorry, my bad.
They were going to do it for the.
This man been muted this whole time. And comes in with a bass boost like, speaking of anime films. Like,
But yeah, they're putting it in cinemas for the 10-year, and they're doing it when cinemas reopen. Go on, what the hell are you saying about speaking of anime films?
The new Evangelion film is coming out this year.
I've seen
wait,
so
what?
much. I've seen so much about that franchise, but I have never watched a single thing from it.
Oh, you missed
Wait,
out. It's a
no.
complete mind fuck. It will mess up
What's
your
the
mind.
what's the anime called? What's the anime called? Or the film?
Neon.
Evangelion.
Neon.
Evangelion's the
yeah.
anime, but they've got the film It Carries On, and there's going to be another film this year.
There's like mad movies. There's like,
So watch them. But
you
then
cannot-
they'll get the
I think it's
continuation.
You cannot fight, you cannot pass, or something like that.
Yeah. So
They're
there's
all,
a
like,
new. There's a good. You done?
Fuck you, man. Fuck you.
I'm not happy, you know.
Yeah, no.
We're
There's
not
a.
happy today.
Yeah, no. The continuation releases this year. The conclusion, even if you will.
What do you mean?
But yeah,
conclusion?
no. The conclusion for the whole story is coming out this year.
I thought that the
It's
story
not
was
concluded yet. No, it's not concluded yet apparently. And they've obviously got the new animation with like CG and all that good stuff. You can watch the trailer. You can find the trailer on
Spoiler.
online.
Do you guys mind like mild spoilers? Spoilers, not spoilers. It's not for the end of the series, but like
I have no investment in it. I don't
Basically,
care.
everybody fucking dies.
No,
Is
not
it?
that, bro. I didn't wanted to tell you that. Damn. Basically,
Damn.
like the meta of it
My
is
bad.
that it is like derived it's like divided in different universes. So basically, like there's
got a
one universe
multiverse.
where it's kind of like a multiverse that some events occur differently, some characters are different and stuff like that, and it's kind of cool. I like that concept. So I guess they want to finish with that. Is that
Yeah, I
what you're
suppose so.
telling me? It's
Yeah.
kind of like
Just watch the trailer. You'll know. Just watch. Oops,
Yeah,
sorry. The
I
trailer. You'll
haven't
know.
seen the trailer.
I will.
It's good.
I
It's
will.
good. They redesigned all the
definitely-
characters and it looks so weird. Shinji doesn't look as puny.
I guess it's another universe then.
But yeah,
Asuka has like a eye patch or some shit.
so are the
Yeah, I'm seeing the pictures now. Actually, it looks pretty cool.
I've got a question about the Is it Evangelion?
Yeah,
Evangelion.
it's like Evangelion.
Evangelion.
Potato,
Evangelion.
potato.
Well,
Evangeline,
the anime,
whatever you wanna
the
call it.
anime. Is it are the
Yeah.
films like continuations, or are
Yeah.
they like the Control Z films? Like, you know, the ones where they
Nah,
reset everything at the end.
Control Z. It is definitely Control Z.
There's some of them are continuations.
Oh, see,
Like the
Control.
last one.
I
The
really.
end of Evangelion is
No,
the
End of
continuation.
Evangelion is not a continuation. End of Evangelion
Oh,
is an alternate. It's an alternate. So basically,
Is
in
it?
the spoilers again, in Evangelion in the series,
It plays the
rejects-
bad scenario,
yeah,
and
he
he
rejects.
does.
Yeah, in the series, he rejects
And he
singularity.
chokes the shit
and
out of Asuka.
That's in the movie,
I
bro.
know.
I will
Now,
choke slam you when we meet.
what? You're gonna meet me in a protest on Monday?
Yeah, that's why I'm going to
That's
choke
not
slam
very
you. there.
nice. That's
It is.
very violent.
Black on black violence, bitch. Fuck you.
Hey, Bear, we had a conversation about this for something else, and we were talking about if it gets a bit peak in there, Edson's going to be the one causing it.
It's like
Edson's
all
gonna
of
use
you.
the rights. Edson's gonna use
I
the rights
didn't
to
say
go to
that I
to
was
the
gonna.
owners of Citizen and get his last paycheck back.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said that I was gonna be there with you.
Anyways, we're off topic.
There
Anime
with you
movies.
when you guys leave.
Okay, yeah, back to
Nah,
anime movies. Back to the
back
Control
topic,
the
back
Control
in.
Z
Continuing.
films. The most
So
frustrating.
wait. Let me just finish the thing. So again, mild spoilers. In Evangelion, Shinji like
Shinji Ikari.
rejects singularity and learns. But in the end of Evangelion, he rejects singularity, but does not learn how to love himself. So it means like everybody else like hates him. Like he makes like everybody else hates him in the overall thing, in the overall things. That's why in the end when he choked Asuka, and then he says you disgust, and then she says you disgust me. That's basically like
Calls him
him.
pathetic,
like,
actually.
Yeah. Oh, pathetic. You disgust me. There's mad translations for that. But yeah, that's pretty much it. And then I guess like in the other movies, it's pretty much like rewritten. It's basically Control Zing every single time. And
See,
some
I
changes, some
really
events change.
don't like. I really don't like when Control Z moments are obvious. Like My Hero, the
Really?
My Hero films, they're both examples of it. Because going into the climax of My Hero, Heroes Rising, the newest one, I knew it was just going to get undone. I knew it. There was no way like what was happening was going to stay. And then,
And Avengers Endgame.
well, no, not Avengers Endgame. It's nothing
Wait,
to do with Avengers
Wait,
Endgame.
what? I'm confused. What was this movie?
My Hero
Sorry,
Academia, Heroes
My
Rising.
Hero Academia. Okay. Yeah.
But yeah, I usually say My Hero instead of My Hero Academia. But no, in the end of Heroes Rising, like they're just gonna undo everything.
A real process, MHA.
Like yeah, they
No.
will. Okay,
Yeah.
a real process MHA. In My Hero, the second film, the newest film, the Control Z moment is so obvious, and the way they handle it is so like
Whoa,
okay, yeah.
They Control Z'd it?
Well, no, what they. Okay, so do you guys mind spoilers?
Yeah.
Fuck it, yeah. Go ahead. Just put like spoiler alert.
Okay, so
the,
massive spoiler alert for the end of My Hero Academia, Heroes Rising.
Leave in 5 seconds if you do not want spoilers. Leave, or just skip the video. Yeah,
Or just skip the rest of this episode. Yeah. So if you can't stand spoilers, you can't hang with the cool kids. So with Heroes Rising, they hype it up like, oh no, Deku's gonna give Bakugo all for one, and at the end they just do this sort of thing where it's like, oh yeah, no, he doesn't remember a single thing, doesn't have it anymore. You're still fine. You still have it. Like, it's just they just did the most cop out ending possible.
Oh, okay. So I kind of know what you're getting at.
And it
So
really pissed me off because I did not like the ending at all. I think it just I
They
had
pulled out
no
a Phineas and Ferb in this bitch.
yeah. Oh my
Do you know the movie?
Yes,
when Isabella kisses Phineas?
Yes. Oh my god. I've seen that. I watched that film quite recently as well. That is, oh my god, that is the
That
same.
is such an obscure
thing.
reference.
It's the same. It is the same thing.
Bro.
It is legit the same thing. But no, the
Oh my
the
god.
film does that like whole Control Z thing where it just undoes everything. But
What the fuck? Which would be kind of sick if they didn't, because in the Two Heroes movie, it's literally a direct continuation of the series. But
well,
it's like,
no. Two Heroes can slot in the series, but they made sure
it's canon in the series. And
they
like,
made sure that it could slot in the series by getting rid of Deku's brace. You know the brace that Melissa Shield. That's her name.
Yeah, Melissa Shield.
That
designed for him.
they broke the brace in the climax. They had to. They had to. Otherwise, everyone in the anime, because it takes place during season 2. Yeah. It actually takes place.
By the way,
during season 2.
By the way, Ty is not here.
Oh yeah, Ty has dipped for his big
That
business
had
meeting.
Had another
Right,
responsibility to take care of.
Yeah, as the businessman that he is. But yeah, in Two Heroes they had to break it, but it's still that is nowhere near as egregious. Like there's nowhere near as in your face like as a what like there's nowhere near as a bad moment as in what's it, Heroes Rising, where they just slap Bakugo with amnesia and just call it a day. Like
they Phineas and Ferb, my
I honestly, right? I don't think I do not. I cannot count Heroes Rising as canon, just because it. Oh, it's so like there's nothing to tie it in anywhere. There's no. There's
we don't
nothing.
talk about Heroes Rising.
Heroes Rising. Heroes Rising is a spin-off. Heroes Rising is like the worst of the Pokemon films. That's what it is.
First rule of Heroes Rising: we do not talk about Heroes Rising.
The annoying thing is, it's actually an okay film, right up until the climax. I think it has a horrendous third act.
The way that they control Zed, did they control Zed the main character, so they control Zed the
both. They control Zed everything. Because I think it's actually takes place after season 3 or season 4. Sorry.
It must be because I mentioned I heard that Deku is using his new gloves. Do you know the ones in season 4 that he does like the Delaware smash with? Yeah,
I just season 4, like I think it takes place after season 4 because Hawks is there.
Yeah, Hawks is there and Endeavor Lies.
Yeah.
But I warned you! Spoilers, goddammit!
Yeah, spoilers. But no, so the Control Z films are probably my least favourite type of anime films, just because there's no stakes. You know everything's going to go back to normal.
Yeah.
But one
it's just one of those things.
Yeah. Are there any okay, just to shift gears slightly, live action anime films? What do you guys are there any good ones? What do you guys think?
Bleach, definitely.
I know Bleach.
Bro, I am telling you. Nobody wants to listen to me. They've lost faith. They have lost faith in anime movies.
I haven't.
Which
I
is
haven't.
Understandable.
And on that bombshell, I think we should wrap up soon.
Why?
Why is that?
We've just started the last.
I'm not gonna lie. I've run out of things to say about anime movies. I haven't watched many.
Well, then let us finish this bit about.
Let us finish this bit.
Let's finish this bit about live action.
Goku and Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? Goku and Vegeta take on the spot. You're like Yamcha, bro. Stay on the sidelines. We got this.
Yeah, we've got this. Okay, we've got this.
Yeah,
just
we got
chill out.
This.
But no, so
I'm gonna let the two of you handle this.
So, with live action films, the reason I have faith is just because of the Japanese Death Note films.
Ooh, yeah, those are great.
Those are I really enjoy it.
The live action sucked ass.
No,
not the new one, not the
Netflix one. I'm talking about the Japanese one.
Shit.
Not the Japanese ones released in 2000. I think they were 2006. They first premiered.
Yeah, 2006, 2006, 2007, and then 2000.
But yeah, we are not referring to the Adam Wingard directed 2017 Netflix original film.
Fuck that. That is not on my book. That Control Z that.
That film. Okay, I think that film as a teenage a YA teenage thriller, it's watchable. As a Death Note film, oh my god, no.
Fuck that.
As a Death Note film, that is horrendous. I do like William Dafoe as Ryuk. He's good.
Yeah, definitely. That's one of the highlights. I
need to rewatch that film. I have so many. I'm so split on that Death Note film.
Even from Lakeith Stanfield's L, I was like, this is not bad. But then they made him burst out in rage, and I'm like, no, shut the fuck up. I'm sorry.
Oh, didn't they at the end? Didn't they imply that Didn't they imply that L used the Death Note to kill? That is.
Oh my god!
Why would you? That is a complete butchering.
Because I think in the Japanese version, I think there was like, oh my god, he left. Fucking
Ryan left.
yeah.
Oh my god.
We'll just cut this bit out and then
We're not going to cut anything out. We'll just keep going, okay? We'll keep going. Because if they don't want to stick by, their traitorous behaviour can be captured on camera and can be put all onto YouTube.
His PC must have turned off like mine, like the second time.
No. He said, I know why he's not here, right? Because he said he didn't have anything to talk about. And when he said he'll leave us to it, he didn't mean he'll just still be here, you know, chiming in every once in a while, but we'll be mostly talking. He meant he'll actually leave.
He pulled out the Goku. Bye, guys.
Oh, God.
He was like, see you later.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we should wrap up,
Okay, yeah, that's...
But yeah, in the Japanese version, like, I think that he pulled out, I think, if you remember, like, the last name, the second one, he used an extent of the Death Note, I think, but it made him die.
He used it on, I know he used it on himself.
Yeah, he used
it on himself to give himself
a whole convoluted plan so he can find out that light was the killer.
I know he had this whole convoluted plan to find Light as the killer. And by the way, I really like that they cut the sort of last third of the anime. Because that is not...
Yeah.
I didn't like that whole last third after L died.
With Nier. That shit was not okay.
I like that they cut that in the films.
Yeah,
I still haven't watched L Changes the World. I still haven't watched that.
That was like an action flick kind of. I didn't want to see it as. I haven't seen it as well, but they advertise it like as an action flick and.
Nah, Death Note is a thriller, but yeah,
yeah. But I really loved it. What I wanted to say as well.
Go on.
Yeah, because they cut it that whole thing out, and it kind of emphasizes on a point that these guys do not need. Ryan said phone out of battery. His phone said see you later. But yeah, it kind of emphasizes on the point that people say that they do not need to adapt the manga or the anime or the source material beat for beat. They can change some stuff if it benefits the story. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly. That
was definitely one of the biggest points that that they've done.
Yeah, that's something that I think like anime films need to get right. The balance between like straight up like just cutting stuff for the sake of it and like cutting stuff to adapt, because like that's a lot of adaptations. Just like okay. Let's do.
It's like they've done on the Bleach movie as well. They've cut it like Khan. There was like one of the characters. Khan. I don't know if you've seen Bleach, but Khan is like this.
I haven't seen it. No.
Lion is like this stuffed lion animal that was supposed to be Bleach's substitute spirit, but he's kind of messed up in the head. So he stole Ichigo's body once, but then they stuffed his soul in this stuffed animal, and like they cut it the whole thing out of the movie, and it was great. It kind of like adapted like the story like a little bit better on the movie as well.
See, okay, let's just first of all I want to ask one more question before we wrap up. Before I ask that question, let's just ignore most American films, because there's not really any good American anime film, is there? Like I think Ghost in the Shell is okay, but American anime films haven't really been good.
Which I'm still surprised that Ghost in the Shell didn't make that great of a movie, because the director of Ghost in the Shell was involved. I guess it's because it was like a beat per beat on the series. I mean.
Yeah. Right. So one last question. Right. This would have worked much better if there were more of us, but everyone just decided to let their phone die and to have prior obligations. What if you had to adapt an anime into a film, or a manga into a film, or something like that into a film? How or what would it be, and would there be anything like notable that you would do to it?
It is really difficult, because I was talking about a friend how these YouTubers adapted, like, made a spin-off of My Hero Academia, but instead of using like characters of the anime, they've used like their own set of characters, but with like tie-ins with My Hero Academia.
Ah.
And it was great. I'll send you the video after.
Yeah, send me the link.
It's called UALA, which is basically, the story is like about a guy called Backtrack, and his power is called Pinpoint, and he like pinpoints whatever he wants with his keychain, but his keychain is attached to his bag, which he uses to throw his bag. So have you ever played Final Fantasy 15?
No, I haven't.
Have you seen any clips of it?
No.
Dang it. He basically, like, whatever he throws his bag, he can teleport to it.
Oh, so he can teleport to his back?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So, but basically, but the power is not the backpack, is in his chain. He pinpointed the chain, so he can throw the chain, and then like he uses the chain to like teleport and shit.
That is really interesting.
Which is sick, and is really interesting. And then there's another guy. He was like a criminal that he stole a wallet, but then his power was he strikes up he punches 5 times, but every single time he punches, he can stack up the power of that punch, and he can save it for later stronger attacks.
Yeah,
which is awesome as well. And there was like this other villain called Cash, which he can transform every kind of weapon into another weapon except for firearms.
Nice.
Yeah. And there was like the main villain of the series, the main series is called Veal. He's played by Cleo Thomas. I don't know if you know Cleo Thomas, but he was like this mad child actor, and he's now doing like Twitch videos and stuff like that. And he's awesome, honestly.
Nice.
And his villain is called Veal, and his power is to create a bubble that is not existent in the human world. It's basically is in the human world, but people can pass, but they won't see, and they cannot hear you. And it's so awesome. Honestly, I am so stacked up for episode 1 because they made the prologue, and I'm waiting for like episode 1 now. So,
well, look, send me the link. That sounds interesting. So, if you had to do something where you did something like that, what would you do?
I would have definitely do something like that. Although, like, I wanted to make a Mob Psycho 100 like live action movie, but I realized that there was a series to it, and I kind of don't want to fuck it up as well. So,
Mob Psycho 100 is your pick?
Yeah, Mob Psycho 100 is definitely.
I thought of an idea like a while ago that I think would be a great. I think I might have spoke about it before, but a great Death Note film would be to focus on the morality of using the Death Note, not the whole playing God aspect, because that's what the Death Note show, the films, that's what they focus on. They focus on
about playing God and justice.
Yeah, what mine would be is someone uses the Death Note, and they realize like they're not a psychopath. The fact that they killed someone weighs on them a lot, like something like that.
They don't have like this God complex that
Light develops. Yeah, they don't have a God complex. They are normal people. Like, it's a normal person who uses it, and that they're scarred by it. Like, that's the sort of thing
that is kind of a good thing.
That is the kind of.
It makes me kind of remember like the one-shot manga that they've done. Death Note. Have you read it?
No, I actually do. I have the like. Did you see the like complete book that I released? There's like the whole manga in one book. I have that. It's at my dad's. And
bro, you gotta read it.
I've got so much. I've got so much to read right now because I have, you know, an old book series. You know, the Cherub books, like from the 2000s. I reread the first one and stupidly posted a retrospective on Reddit, and now I get people like literally, if I go too long without posting one, they'll like comment on the old ones. Where you at? So,
Oh shit!
I took 2 months in between, and like a month in, I got a comment saying, "Yo, where you at? You read the next one yet?" And legit, okay, I posted an update saying, "Look, I'm gonna take some time intentionally just to write a screenplay before I go back into it." And then I got the first interaction was a downvote. Like, people were invested. So before I read the 1,000-ish page manga, I need to get through these cherub books. I'm sorry.
They said, no, we want more.
Honestly, like, that's it. Honestly, it's humbling. It's humbling, but yeah.
Once you get to it, though, read it. Definitely, it's definitely worth a shot. I'm not even going to spoil it here because it is actually amazing what they've done. There's a character that you won't expect to be there, and it's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, I would love to do like a Death Note film that focuses more on the morality, like just like how people feel. So much so, like I came up with that was the sort of like that was
Well, are you thinking in a world that people know what the Death Note is already?
I'm thinking more like the setup is the exact same. Okay, there's a regular kid, and then he finds the Death Note, or he or she finds the Death Note. But when they use it, they have to protect their secret. They don't want people to know that they have this power.
That they kill somebody. Yeah.
But they use it and they kill someone, and they are mortified by it. But the investigation into that one person's death points to her, or that him or her, whatever, that points to that person. But they can't give up their secret. Okay, yeah. But they don't want to go to jail. They don't want to give up the Death Note, because if they give up the Death Note, it's just going to go to someone else. They don't want to go to jail. They still have Ryuk talking in their ears, but it's like this whole psychological thriller where they want to avoid killing as many people as possible, without getting caught. Whereas Light wanted to kill. He was judge, jury, and executioner. So he was like actively killing whilst being hunted down, and it was like a cat and mouse ego based game. Whereas my one would be more of a more of a thriller based in morality than
chasing. Are you thinking of putting an antagonist besides the people that are trying to get the protagonist? Because I do like that idea, but kind of one thing that I was thinking is like, maybe if you use the Death Note one time, you'll probably kind of like underuse the Death Note. You know what I mean? So
he would have to. I think the best way to it would have to be maybe like there were other reasons to use it. So say the police are catching up on him or her, like they were really close, but he could use the Death Note to more like he could use the Death Note to stop them from getting to him. They could control their actions and make it so they don't get to the main character, but they end up dying. So it's something that they write in.
So it's basically, okay, I get it.
So like they'd be the kind of person to utilize I think it's like 40 days, the 40-day maximum. Yeah. They would be the kind of person to say.
But every single time that he uses it, he just keeps getting more, more guilt.
Yeah, more guilty, more like starts to feel worse, and then even more as it goes on, it'll get even more where he's like, or where they're like put in situations where they have to use it. Like,
that is awesome.
And then it could get to a point where like they're in a confrontation, like, and he has to use it right there, otherwise he's gonna die. Like, they're gonna die. That's the sort of thing like that I would love to do, like to play around, to force someone to use it, like to truly play around with the morality of it. Like so much that sort of idea is something that I want to play with so much that I came up with an idea for a screenplay where a vigilante who like kills or like beats up criminals accidentally kills a innocent man.
Yeah.
Like he beats him up thinking that they've committed a crime against someone that he's close with, but he goes too far and kills him, and then it's revealed that he is innocent. So he has to deal with that weight, that knowing I killed an innocent person.
So Batman, but stupid.
Yeah. Yeah. Kinda. Yeah. Just more in a way that's like digging into the sort of like, you know how the film Brightburn said, "What if Superman was evil?"
Yeah.
This one says, "What if Batman was wrong?" And what if he killed the wrong person? What if he beat up the wrong person and accidentally killed him? Like it would be like we like just like the breaking that this character down. And that could be really interesting.
It would be like sick character study for it.
Yeah, that's the sort of thing. I think I might do that next because I've just written like the last 2 feature-length screenplays I wrote were the last one was a horror, sort of like a sci-fi horror one. The one before that was a crime sci-fi thriller. So to then do a more like a moral character study thriller sort of thing could be really interesting.
Yeah, I think that would be really cool. That would definitely be awesome.
Yeah. All right, so I think that's a good place to end it.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. You know.
That's pretty much it. Yeah. Is there anything are we gonna feel to them? I don't think there's
anything else. I mean, I know. Obviously, we've lost half of our team mid-recording, and we do have a scrapped recording where everything just went to shit. Oh my god!
Look, I was cracking up so hard.
It was hilarious, but I was screaming at these guys. But it was hilarious, but I was not like, oh my god.
I think we need to release it.
I'm gonna put it up. I'll put it up tomorrow as just like a scraps recording.
Yo, that would be so funny. Oh god. That shit was funny as hell. Yeah, that was. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, there's nothing else to it. I guess working on a couple stuff after, like we're working on the visual presentation for the cast.
Yeah, we're working on like. We're just trying to work to better the presentation of the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that's pretty much it. Just tune in. We'll probably have another episode that we're gonna record this Sunday. This Sunday, not this. But you're probably watching this.
Yeah, hopefully we'll get more recorded.
We're probably gonna record something like off the record. Probably, I heard that the Attack on Titan trailer is out, so we're probably gonna react to that. Because I love Attack on Titan. You haven't seen Attack on Titan?
No, I haven't. That's one of my many crimes as an anime fan. But yeah, so I think that's a good place to end. If you guys please leave a like, subscribe, share with your friends, and forgive our
potassium.
Yeah, get your daily dose of potassium. Forgive everyone else
anime.
Yep, and forgive everyone else on the podcast for just abandoning us. We're not going to hold it against them for too long.
Left the village.
We're gonna rinse them for it, but we're not gonna hold it against them.
Yeah.
And yeah, Taiye's still. He just wants to come on as a guest. I mean, he's not back, but as you see, he left.
Yeah, he'll usually be here like busy, so expect him, but don't expect him at the same time.
He may be, he may not be. Who knows?
Yeah. He's like Ryuk. He's like lingering in the shadows.
Yeah. Well.
But yeah, that's pretty much
so leave a like, subscribe. We'll see you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.